Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
Ich frage euch erneut, wer seid ihr? Und diesmal brauche ich einen Namen. Danke, dass ihr mich gerettet habt. Ich hatte schon immer den Verdacht, dass ihr ein Gedankenschänder seid. Nein. Warum habt ihr mich die ganze Zeit über getäuscht? Ich bevorzuge euch in euren in der anderen Version. Ja, okay, ja, schon ein bisschen.
If I'd known you would be so open-minded, I would have saved myself a lot of effort. But I'm glad you're not here to judge. It's like I said before. I'm just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield. The largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence. Though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while. Until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Fürst Gortash war einer der Auserwählten der Kolonie. Müsst ihr die Gehirne von Verbrechern essen? Muss ihr... erzähl mal von den König... Warte mal, ich mach wieder so.
We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus' mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus' mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
Wart ihr auch hier gefangen? Wollte Blackith, dass wir euch oder Orpheus töten, als sie uns ins Prisma geschickt hat?
Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackheath will be finished. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
Was passiert, wenn wir Orpheus befreien?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
Wir ähneln uns auch in anderer Weise sehr. Je mehr ich mit euch spreche, desto weniger erscheint ihr mir wie ein Gedankenständer.
I appreciate that, but this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel, but the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change.
Warum sagt ihr das? Mir gefallen eure Andeutungen nicht. Ich will es vermeiden, zum Gedankenständer zu werden. Ich dachte, ihr hättet einen eigenwillig, mich zu beschützen.
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
Was würde das bedeuten? Tut es, ich will mich weiterentwickeln? Nein, auf keinen Fall. Wenn ihr mich weiterentwickeln könnt, warum könnt ihr die Xenomorphose dann nicht vollständig aufhalten?
The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
Nope.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
Über was denn sie essen, Larve dem Geist öffnen.
A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane, cocooned here for millennia. It has become extraordinary.
Sie essen, Larve deinem Geist öffnen. Ich weiß halt nicht, ob wir uns verwandeln, wenn wir... Dum. Ich will nur mal ganz kurz was nachschauen. Kleinen Moment. So sorry. Ich wollte nur wissen, ob sich das Aussehen verändert, wenn wir den... Wenn wir die Larve nehmen und ja, man kriegt halt überall irgendwie Äderchen im Gesicht. Ich weiß halt nicht. Die Illithiden-Kräfte sind jetzt halt auch nicht so... Ich benutze die ja fast... Naja, eher selten. Also die... Draußen waren schon ganz coole, ne? In den äußeren Rängen.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast.
Okay.
The tadpole's essence courses through you.
Ja, das geht aber noch.
Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
You are exquisite. When your allies see what you can do, I hope you encourage them to try it for themselves. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
Halbillithide, allgemeines Tutorial. Du hast die Xenomorphose durchlaufen und bist zum Halbillithiden. Du kannst jetzt sogar noch mächtigere Psionik freischalten. So, am Main-Aussehen ändert das nichts. Ich habe jetzt halt ein paar mehr Adern im Gesicht. Gegenstand an Astral... Okay, wir haben jetzt ja hier noch... Zack. Oh, tatsächlich ist da außen noch mal aufgeklappt. Wenn ihr euch verstanden ist, Illithiden, externe Selbstwahrnehmung vertiefen und Expertise und Überzeugung täuschen und Einschüchterungswürfe. Oh. Das ist ganz cool. Nom 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 nom. Wenn ein Gegner am Abstand von bis zu 8 Metern in einem Zauber auf dich zielt, dessen Grad höchstens deinem Übungsbonus entspricht, kannst du deine Reaktion nutzen, um einen Zauber unwirksam zu machen. Das ist interessant. Aha. Du fliegst zur Zielposition. Darf ich nicht? Warum? Achso, ich kann schon fliegen. Ah. Das hat er automatisch freigeschaltet. Gut. Gedankenschlag. Stoße eine komische Welle auf Psychologie aus, die Ziele darin möglicherweise betäubt. Das ist schon strong, ne? Gedankenheiligtum. Erzeugt einen mächtigen Nexus, der alle darin erlaubt, oh, beliebig auszutauschen. Okay. Freies Wirken, passives Merkmal, das gewechselt werden kann. Du hast in dir einen bemerkenswerten Anpassungsfähigkeit, deine Zauberplätze, Ladung und ähnliche Ressourcenkosten für deine nächsten Aktionen oder deinen nächsten Zauber wird aufgehoben. Oh, okay. Hm. 5 Züge lang. Täuschungsbestiengestalt. Was? Wandle dich in deine Täuschungsbestie, die sich selbst und Gegner verlagern kann und bis 65 Trefferpunkte hat. 85, sorry. Du übernimmst die Attribute des der Bestie, behältst jedoch deine Werte für Int, Weisheit und Charisma. Trefferpunkte der Täuschungsbestie auf 0 fahren, verwandelst du dich wieder in eine normale Gestalt. Fieber. Am Verzug, wenn du einen Angriffswurf ausführst, verringert der Angriff des entsprechenden Anhörers. Okay. Was war das? Dringe den Verstand einer Kreatur an und verringere ihre Verteidigung. Die Rüstklasse des Ziels wird um 1 verringert. Wenn das Ziel mit geborstener Psyche stirbt, kannst du Psyche zerbersten lassen auf ein anderes Ziel wirken. Okay, das ist also im Endeffekt ein zweites Hunters Mark. Was halt relativ close ist. Interessant. Jetzt also ein Halbelitide. Zeichenschriftrolle. Nein, den wollte ich nicht looten. Die hat irgendwelche Schuhe. Mit waffenlosen Schlägen zusätzlichen Schaden in Höhe des... Okay, wir nehmen es mal mit. Wir verkaufen es aber wahrscheinlich dann. Stein, Lernknolle, Toter Getianki. Sie hatte auch nichts mehr. Der hatte... Tränke, die irrelevant sind. Aber Personen beherrschen. Gut. Tote Getianki, Langschwerter. Toter Getianki. Ja, nochmal ein Heiltrank dabei, sehr schön. Harpune einfach auf das arme kleine Gehirn geschossen. Oh, hier lebt ja sogar noch eins. 2 sogar. Oh, okay. Ah, guck mal. Symbolische Zeichnungen, die man in einer königlichen Aussehen Sorry. Scusi. Noch ein normaler Heiltrank. Na gut, dann lassen wir die mal alleine. Verlassen die Astralebene. Ach, die beiden warten da vorne. Ja. Ich gehe mal davon aus, dass wir jetzt alle noch mal ein bisschen was zu erzählen haben. Nur war hier hinten keiner. Ich Idiot, doch da hinten. Eigentlich, oder? War doch Ihra. Die Frage ist, ob jetzt hier gerade einfach nur noch die normalen Charaktere rumlungern. Weil die anderen auch gerade nicht an ihren Plätzen sind.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Ja. Ich glaube, diese besondere Larve, die uns gegeben hat, wird unsere Erfolgschancen erhöhen.
More likely it would just put a stop to us. I wanted nothing to do with those illithid powers before. What makes you think I'd want to jump into an even deeper hole? Do you know what this entails? Well, of course you do. But I don't want that for myself.
Gale kriege ich wahrscheinlich noch dazu, die Larve zu nehmen, weil der hat ja auch schon Illithiden-Punkte gekriegt von mir.
Hey, Soldier.
Was geht? Was ist nach eurer Expertenmeinung die beste Methode, einen Teufel zu töten?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Ja, Misora scheint euch zu kennen. Warum?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Misora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Misora was delighted.
Glaubt ihr, sie wird weiterhin Jagd auf euch machen?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
Ich kann verstehen, warum ihr unbedingt entkommen wolltet.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Das Thema wechseln. Von eurem Verhältnis zu
He got
Gottasch.
his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. 1 minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
Okay. Dann gucken wir noch kurz bei Gale vorbei.
Oh, quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though this one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
Wir haben ein seltenes Geschenk erhalten. Eine astral berührte Larve mit der Macht, eine neue teils illithiden Form zu gewähren. Ich möchte das in einer Weile lang. Okay, aber ich will jetzt noch nicht mit ihm darüber reden, weil ich glaube, das könnte schief gehen. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, packen wir uns jetzt mal nochmal ins Bett. Ian. Ich finde es übrigens sehr interessant, dass das Spiel nicht weiß, ob es mich... ich möchte aber bitte nicht in dem Bett da vorne liegen. Bitte nicht. Ich liege in dem blutigen Bett, natürlich. Ah, doch nicht. Automatisches Speichern war erfolgreich. Shadowheart? Was ist denn mit Schattenherz Haaren passiert? Weil sie keine Anhängerin von Char mehr ist wahrscheinlich, ne? Okay, ich würde sagen, wir machen dann an der Stelle aber den Cut für heute und sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin, reingehauen.